Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now that I put out the full time-lapse video of this truck, I wanted to come back through and just kind of do a quick overview of everything I did to the truck, all the parts I put on it. Just kind of give everybody a full walk around of it now that it's finished up. I think it came out pretty sweet. So first, I guess we'll just start with all the things on the outside of the truck. I resprayed the entire truck in Midnight Purple 3, the Nissan color. Did a lot of body work to fix the bed panels. There was a few dents on the front of the cab. Yeah, we just kind of went over everything, smoothed it out as best we could. I mean, these are old trucks, so they have a lot of dents and dings and miscellaneous things here and there, but I just tried to repair as much of the things that I could, and like any surface rust and that sort of thing. I treated it with Ospo and then sanded it down and sealed it in with a good primer, so shouldn't have to worry about any of that stuff coming back through. Yeah, so this is the old bike that I built a couple years ago. Decided to repaint it in the same color as well, since I wanted to have a bike in the back of the truck that would match. It looks pretty cool. I got a ramp that I use that folds up and sits on the back of the truck. I'll put a clip in of how I load it up in the back of the truck. We got the half-inch D-rings that I mounted in to each corner to really lock this bike down. So I mean, I don't have to worry about it shifting or moving at all. I got these Rhino USA straps, and they come with the nice like things to tie up your excess and all that kind of stuff. So it really looks good. Most times, I mean, I can get away with just locking it down on the handlebars, but I throw 4 straps on just to be extra safe. But yeah, so starting in the bed here, we sprayed all the insides of the bed and the back of the cab, the headache rack, all that stuff. We sprayed with the Raptor liner. I really like that product. It sprays on really nice and even, gives everything like a nice, durable, tough texture, and I mean it's on there, so that should last for a long time. We did these rock lights up here to replace the center light that was originally on the truck, so it's pretty easy. You just had to splice into the original harness, and then there's a button on the inside that you can press to turn these reverse, well, they're not reverse lights, but just kind of like bed lights on whenever. These are actually pretty bright too. I turned them on at night the other night and they lit up the whole road. I found this bed mat on Amazon. It's a 4x6, so it fits the back of the whole truck pretty good. I mean, it's not really necessary with the Rhino liner, but I just wanted to protect that coating that's on there, since I know I'm going to be loading a lot of stuff in and out of this truck. So I figured having this bed mat would be nice to kind of protect that. And then if that gets torn up, I can always throw it out and get a new one. We got brand new taillight lenses off of eBay. The old ones are pretty crusty. One was actually like broken and glued back together. So just decided to get fresh ones of those. Kept the stock exhaust, but just gave it a nice coat of black paint so it kind of blends in down there. It doesn't stick out as much as when it did originally. And then moving on to the wheels. So these are 13-inch wheels, probably from like a 90s Civic. I found them on Facebook Marketplace. I went ahead and had them sandblasted and powder coated. And if you notice, they're actually powder coated in the same like bronze color that I did on these motorcycle wheels a few years back. So I did that intentionally just so that would all match. And then I got these Black Hawk tires off of Amazon. They're pretty cheap. I don't plan on driving this truck a ton, so I didn't want to buy like super expensive tires. But these work out great, and they actually feel much better than the ones I had on here. So with the fresh tires, 13-inch wheels, you know, with these wheels being a little bit wider, they felt much better than the 12-inch tires that come on the truck. So moving up to the front, I went ahead and did the Moog bushings that everybody recommends. And I do have to say it really firmed up the drivability of the truck. Like, I used to get a little bit of shake in the steering wheel when I get up to like 45-50 miles an hour, and that's like completely gone away. I think, you know, it could have to do with having new tires and all that stuff too, but I think those bushings really made a huge difference to kind of tighten up the truck and the suspension and everything. This truck did have upgraded springs when I bought it. I'm not really sure which brand they are or any like specs on that. It doesn't seem like it lifted the truck much, but I do think it had like a heavier weight capacity, so there are no issues with like bottoming out or anything like that. So this truck right now is riding super good, and even with the bike in the back, like you know, it doesn't have any issues with that weight in the back. Added these, found these off Amazon too, the hardware and the little tie downs. So I got 2 more on the tailgate, so when it's on you can actually hook up the straps and have them fold down normally, like they do. I got rid of the chains because they were so noisy, but I got these like braided wires that can function the same way. They're the same length. Up under here I decided to keep the 12-inch spare. I mean, I probably will never use it, but I just like having that down there, and it kind of fills up the space. And also I had 2 extra outlets on the head unit, so I decided to put speakers on the outside of the truck, so if I'm just parked and like chilling and want to play a little bit of music, I can crank it up and have a little bit of music on the outside. I got 15% tint on all the windows. I had taken the old tint off because it was kind of poorly installed and had creases and all kinds of garbage in it, so got that retinted by a guy locally. He did a good job. Kind of, you almost need tint in Florida on these trucks just because it gets so hot. I mean, you'll get fried if you just keep it a glass bowl. So, and eventually, so I had a paint reaction that happened in this spot right here. So what I did, so like we spent 2 weekends in a row trying to paint this truck, and I kept having adverse paint reactions right here. It kind of crinkled up. I'm not really sure what caused it. I don't know if it was the old sticker that was there and like the contaminants were still in the paint, or I'm not really sure. So just as like a patch for now, I put this white vinyl on and put the new decal over top of it. But eventually I'm just going to sand down the front of this truck and respray it one more time. Hopefully have a successful paint job. And then I'm either going to leave the sticker off or get new ones cut, maybe like in a bronze or a white, just so it stands out a little bit more on the purple, because when you put the black on there you really can't see it at all unless the sun's hitting it directly. So yeah, we'll see. Alright, so I guess we'll move on to the inside of the truck. So I mean, if you watch the rebuild video, you know we completely stripped the interior of this truck out. We had everything out. All the door cards and everything were painted in the SEM satin black, and I did this kind of old school confetti fabric on the door cards. So what I did with these is, since this is molded, I see some people like on the trucks, they cut this section out to wrap it with any type of material to kind of do like a door card. But I didn't really want to cut up the door panel, so what I did instead is I went ahead and glued this fabric on, and then I used this spline. So this is like what you would use on like a screen patio to press in the mesh screening. So when I put the fabric in, I put that spline all the way around to kind of lock down the edges, and then just glued it in. and it came out pretty sweet. So I think that was probably the better way to go rather than trying to cut the door panels. Then I went ahead and added a speaker onto this side since it didn't have one. I got some like 4-inch Infinity speakers. They sound pretty good. And then, so with the seats, I wanted to keep the kind of the factory look, but I had rips and tears on the driver's seat. So I took it to a local shop, and they pretty much followed the OEM pattern, but they just redid it in this black marine vinyl. So it came out pretty sweet, and it's super durable. It's going to be super durable and last a long time, hopefully. And you can see in the back here, we sprayed in the bed liner all in the interior, even on the insides of the doors, all through there. And then up on the roof, I did sound deadening, and then I did a suede headliner. So that came out really nice. Also, I had some leftover material, so I went ahead and made some inserts for the dash in the same suede. It's nice because you can set stuff up on there and it's not going to rattle around and be as noisy and stuff, so that was a kind of a good addition. Same with these panels, they're all repainted in that SEM satin black. So for the shifter, I did the wheel-powered shifter bushing kit, which, I mean, really cleaned up a lot of slop that was in the shifter. So for the money, I would say that's like money well spent for sure. It shifts so smooth, and it used to have a grind going into reverse, and that completely took it away. So very happy with that. Still got all the original like undermat plus the rubber mats. I did clean out the entire AC system. It was pretty gunked up, so now the air is blowing colder. It's actually it worked pretty well, as you know, for being an old AC system. I didn't refill it or anything like that. I know some guys take the old refrigerant out and put in the new stuff, but it's blowing cold, so I'm gonna leave it be for now. So I went ahead and went with the, this is also from Will Powered. It's just a little like old school factory looking Bluetooth head unit. It's not the best one in the world as far as like power and such, but I'm not doing anything crazy with the sound system with this truck, so this actually works out really good. They come with a chrome face, so I decided to just paint that because I didn't want it kind of looked gaudy in the dash, so I painted that black so it kind of blends in real nice. Yeah, and it works good. Hooks up Bluetooth to the phone, and you can listen to something other than AM radio. And then under the seat we still got the jack, windshield wiper fluid. This truck actually came with the factory toolkit. It was just missing this strap, so I actually found, this is like from I think it's like a UTV or something. It's like a battery strap, but it works perfect for clipping onto that mount that's actually in the trucks. So that worked out sweet, so I can keep the factory tool pouch where it needs to be. Again, sprayed the Raptor liner all throughout here, so this is all super durable. I got these. This is a cup holder I think a lot of the guys run with like when you have this hump for the AC system, it provides like a nice little flat spot to mount it to. So what I did is painted it to match everything, and then just threw double-sided sticky tape underneath it. And I mean, this thing is rock solid, even with a big drink in it. I mean, nothing's gonna fall out. So you need cup holders. I know there's a lot of different options out there. Some people put them in the cigarette, like there's like a 3D printed thing for this cigarette ashtray, and then I know there's some that like mount back here and stuff, but I kind of like this option just for simplicity, and like I said, it works well. And then again, if you watch the video, I found this coin buried like way deep underneath the AC system. There's a couple like pockets down there. When I stripped this interior out, I actually found that. So I decided, it made the trip all the way over from Japan, so I figured it needed to stay with the truck, so I thought it was cool. Just polished it up and then hung it from the door, or from the mirror here. Kind of a cool centerpiece. Yeah, so I think that's about it for the truck. I don't really have any further plans for it. I just plan to cruise it around this summer, take it to some shows, hopefully meet up with some other Acty owners and tow the bike around and stuff like that, and just have fun with it. Well, I still might add some LEDs underneath. I've seen people put LED kits underneath these and it looks pretty cool, so I was thinking like maybe do like a purple kit or something. Yeah, man, hopefully y'all enjoyed the build video. If you can like and subscribe, that really helps my channel out. Just, you know, small creators, so anything helps. Helps me keep doing all this. Got another bike project on the way, but I hope in the future I can do some more of these trucks because I really enjoyed working on it. It's a ton of fun, and you know, the community is growing like crazy. I see more and more of these trucks all over the place, especially around where I live in Tampa. Just a ton of guys importing them in. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.